Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-September 2022 reading of the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. And column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at the remainder of September. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. Something to carry with you through the end of the month. Well, let's see here again, starting column number 1, which is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Alchemy. And this is an interesting card, truthfully. This is about kind of acknowledging obstacles as they come and realizing that it's not permanent. This is about like keeping yourself in motion regardless of the circumstance. And with this again being what's wrapping up and coming to a close, Leo, I'm going to say this is something you've done a good job with. Even as things have popped up, you've continued to keep yourself moving forward and in motion. So that's really neat to see. Let's see what messages though are coming through here for you. The first card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret, grief. So likely something did pop up, I mean, especially with the Alchemy card there. But this is something that for many would have stopped them. This could have been a loss of somebody. For those of you that did lose somebody, I'm very sorry for that. In other cases, this just could be something that we're bothered about. We're going to read into the Tower card a little bit. I'm going to save that for the majority of you, these low feelings sourced from the Tower card. The Alchemy card is again about like success no matter what pops up, and the Tower card surely is something popping up. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. And this is you. And this ties so nicely back to the Alchemy card as well, about being tolerant and continuing to push regardless of what comes up. You keep things in motion. You keep things moving forward. You have that sort of resilience. At the bottom here, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a tower moment. For those of you that don't know, it's just kind of something unwanted. It's change. It could feel like upheaval. The nice thing about the Tower and Tower moments is that they needed to happen. It's crappy because it didn't happen the way we wanted it to, but at the end of the day, the Tower moment still takes us to where we needed to be. It got us, I don't want to say the same end goal, but again, it took us to the spot or the place we needed to be in. With the Tower moment, I like to explain this in the most simplest terms, like we planned for A, B, C, and guess what? D, E, F happened. Again, still a positive outcome, but it surely is not what we had in mind. It's not what we had planned. Let's clarify this column though and see what other messages I can provide you. Again, on what's wrapping up and coming to a close here. The first card that we have is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is one of those really, really good cards. We like to see it anywhere in the reading. It's a card of wishes coming true, material abundance, good health, and it's like whatever you think or whatever you want, again, that's that wish coming true energy, which is great to see. But granted, this is credit to you because, again, going back to the Alchemy, no matter what popped up, you just kept pushing forward. So even when you weren't feeling your best, you still had your eye on your prize. You knew what you wanted to get done. And you're going to be repaid for that, or your wishes are going to be granted for that type of energy. The next card that we have is the Two of Swords. Anytime we have the Two of Swords, it indicates a decision that needed to be made. And this is no surprise. I think when this Tower moment popped up, we had to decide, do we keep pushing? Do we stop? What happens? And it does seem like with the King of Cups, of course, that very tolerant energy, that was that your ability to keep pushing forward on whatever it is you wanted, regardless of the pop-up circumstance that we weren't anticipating. So the Two of Swords is reflecting your decision, reflecting those continued efforts. At the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very intentional. It's very strategic. It's very long-term. What I was saying here with the Tower card, although it's not what we had in mind, it's not what we wanted, not what we planned, you name it, it still does take us in the right place. It's putting us in the right path, setting us in the right direction. And that's one of the things with the Tower card is it does that for you. And the King of Swords is here to, I guess, validate or confirm that for you, Leo, that you're still in the right path, you're heading in the right direction. Even with this Tower card that popped up. Granted, I feel like a lot of you probably already knew that. Given the Alchemy card, it's like something came up and you continue to pursue anyways. So really nice, wonderful efforts this month. It's always nice to reflect and almost like pat ourselves on the back or confirm. Sometimes we need validation of what we've been through recently. But moving on, let's take a look at our next column, which is just general what's coming through for you through the end of September. We have the card Dependability. This is an interesting card. It really actually ties nicely into Alchemy. Again, Alchemy is about keeping things moving forward. Dependability is about you keeping things moving forward. One thing to keep in mind with the Dependability card, though, is if something seems too good to be true, there's a chance that that's the case. So if something just like looks too good to be true, it's too perfect, keep that in mind. You may potentially opt for the more dependable option, what you truly knows works. So just keep that in mind. Let's see what information though I can give you going into the next few weeks, what we have coming for the remainder of September. Sure do love those side-by-side Nine of Cups for you, Leo. Super wonderful energy. Absolutely, you're working towards your wishes coming true. There's no doubt last week was keeping us on course. It seems like that energy is going to continue into the end of this month. So starting with the Nine of Cups at the top here, this is again that wish is coming true. This is material abundance, good health. One of the absolute best cards in the deck here with the Nine of Cups. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a tired card. If you look at this person, they're even like laying flat in the bed here. This is a card of needing to rest, recover, renew. Make sure that you are resting, recovering, renewing, keeping your energies high, keeping yourself feeling good. It's kind of like that work hard, play hard, work hard, rest hard type energy. We're going to clarify that, but very generally speaking, it's just kind of like that reminder of like, make sure you're taking care of yourself this month, Leo. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. Typically with our Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So definitely some new love energy happening here. Potentially that's what you're wishing for is a relationship, marriage, a baby. All of those things are wonderful. Make sure you're keeping yourself well rested though, so we can manifest and attract those things that we want to ourselves. But our first clarifier is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, delayed success, waiting. It's a card of hard work too, so there's no doubt these are things you've worked hard for. But if you take a look here, this person planted these pentacles and now they're just sitting there waiting for them to grow. Some of you feel like you could have been waiting for your wishes to be coming true. However, the hard work you've put in is definitely starting to pay off. Like I said, you have the two side-by-side Nine of Cups, which is great energy for wishes coming true. You have continued to stay dependable and hardworking, so you're definitely getting there. But I'm not going to say that there wasn't a waiting process to get here. However, you can take this as an indicator that the waiting is over and now we're actually getting to the point where you're getting the things that you wanted, Leo. The next card that we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card of having two choices or having to multitask or kind of weigh our options. When I see this card, multitasking really sticks out too. It's that busy energy. I will say, I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to have a busy next few weeks as we go out of September. So it's really going to be important that you are resting, recovering, giving yourself that chance to recover and rest as needed. Retreat a little bit. Again, the Two of Pentacles is just coming through really as that busy energy. Some of you definitely could have a decision that needs to be made. This is a weird message, but I'm going to throw it out there, Leo, because it's what I'm hearing. If the decision comes down to, again, the easy path, what we're talking about with the dependable card, or the dependable option, I would absolutely recommend you stick with the dependable option in terms of making the decision here. Even though it could be more work, again, this bright, shiny, sweet thing that we're seeing, I'm just not sure that it's all that they say it's going to be. Moving on, our next card is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of trusting your intuition. It's voluntary changes too. So it's choosing to move forward into this next step or choosing to enter into this relationship. It's very intentional, very voluntary on your part. With the Moon, it's all about trusting your intuition though as well. Anytime we have the face in the sun or the moon like that, intuition is really key as you navigate these next steps, whether it's this decision or this new relationship. Definitely be trusting your intuition. Now moving on, we're going to take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. This is another card conveniently saying to trust your intuition. When I see the High Priestess, this is very spiritual, very intuitive, very high frequency. It's like your gut is so on point this month, your intuition is so on point this month. So allow it to guide you through any financial or career decisions. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is one of those cards that has so many meanings. The big thing though is I feel like there's going to be some sort of work reunion for you. Potentially one that like kind of hurt your feelings before. Like maybe you weren't selected for a job by somebody, but now they're your mentor or something. But a reunion is coming through very strong for you this month. Maybe you'll be rehiring a former employee that it hurt your feelings that they left. Reunion though really seems to be the key. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is again those kind of low feelings. This is heartbreak, loss. For some reason this relationship was jeopardized in some form at some point. That's these Three of Swords feelings that are coming through. But the nice thing with the Three of Swords is this is a card of healing as well. So this reunion is going to potentially mend any bridges that need to be repaired. But the reunion is coming through very positive. You were going to be very glad that you reconnected, although you were sad that you got disconnected for whatever reason at whatever point. Let's clarify though and see what other messages we have. The first card we have is the Five of Cups. This is a card feeling loss, regret, grief. Again, I feel like you almost kind of feel betrayed by whoever this person is that you're getting reconnected with. But you really need to trust your intuition and trust this reunion. The next card that we have is the Lover's card. I know the Lover's card means love, but one of the things that it indicates is partnership and a deep partnership. So like I said, I feel like this reunion is going to be very, very meaningful. I'm not saying it in a love sense, but definitely very much so in a partnership sense. The Lovers can also indicate a decision, so you very well have to make a decision to reconnect, reunite, or not. I would encourage you to do so though. Again, this reunion seems quite promising. And at the bottom here we have the Star card. This is a card of renewal and hope and inner clarity. Again, this reunion just feels so right. This Three of Swords energy at the bottom here is something that surely can be healed and repaired. The good outweighs the bad through this reunion by far. Now moving on, let's take a look at anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, whatever you associate with love here, Leo. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is another one of those cards with so many meanings. I'm feeling like you're a little isolated this month, and you could be single or you could be in a relationship, but I just kind of feel you withdrawn a little bit. I'm going to clarify this card for you, but it doesn't feel very social. It doesn't feel very interactive. I feel like you need some you time here, Leo, or you're kind of, again, pulling back. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of nurturing, healing, supportive. One thing to keep in mind, if you look at this card, the cup on this card isn't really a cup, it's more of a trophy. And no matter the relationship, it could be a business relationship, a love interest, family, friend, you name it, you need to be making sure that you are being treated like the trophy that you are. I'm not saying that you aren't, let me clarify that, but again, that's the message I'm getting, is make sure you are that being treated the trophy that you truly are. Being treated like the trophy that you are. At the bottom here we have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of going within for clarity. I really do feel like some of you just need some quiet time to yourself to process some feelings. Not sure how these are connecting right now, but I do see some alone time for you. Potentially you need to just schedule in some alone time for yourself, Leo. Let's clarify this though and see what messages we have. The first clarifier we have at the top of the column there is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results or having to make a decision. I feel like you need to make the decision again to build in some quiet time for yourself. You just need a break. Whether you're single, in a relationship, you name it, there just needs to be some quiet time for you. Again, that isolation seems to be coming in. Perhaps you have a lot going on, or maybe you're getting ready to travel and you just need a quiet day. That has nothing to do with the relationships. It's truly a taking care of you matter. The next card we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. I feel like there could be some small bumps in the road, and I say small bumps in the road because if you take a look at the Five of Wands, they aren't fighting with swords, they're fighting with wands, which is just an indicator that it's not as significant. But with the Queen of Cups, that is a card of healing, supporting each other, nurturing each other. I feel like this is like going to source just from somebody having a bad day. So again, it's insignificant, but make sure you can be that nurturing, that healing, supportive position while also making sure that you're being respected again as the trophy that you truly are. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. The Ace of Swords is again that new idea, mental clarity. For whatever reason, this quiet time is going to take you so far, and I'm sure this will mean something to you, Leo. Like, you just need time alone to process. You need to look within for clarity to see what you want. You need a quiet break, but definitely clarity coming through just through this, even this small amount of quiet time for yourself. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Perspective. So this is typically just us gaining new perspective going into the end of the month. Make sure you have the correct perspective though. Let's see what messages I can provide you here. The first card we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. This is a card of good investment, but short and sweet, one of the best advice I can give you off of this card is to be making solid, practical, and wise decisions. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you look, this person is blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but there's swords all around them, so they could very easily kind of wiggle themselves back and cut themselves free. Know that you are in full control of your decisions. So being solid, practical, and wise, we can say that it's because of other people or we had to do this because of other people, but I'm getting is that you're in full control here. So do realize that. And at the bottom here, we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance and harmony. Love to see this. So definitely some more balance and harmony going into the end of this month, but it's like you need to take control of the situation, not let others influence you. Don't say that you don't have influence over, because that Eight of Swords is always a reminder that we do have influence. Let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Magician. The Magician is a really good card. Oh, sorry, anywhere in the reading. This is focused creativity. It's turning visions into reality. And the way you're going to do that is by making solid, practical, and wise decisions. You can have whatever you want, but you can't limit yourself with the Eight of Swords. And at the end of the day, you have to make good decisions that support your work goals and the things that you want. Make sure you keep that perspective with you as you navigate. The next card we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of low feelings. And I don't want to say that you're like playing victim, Leo, because that's not at all what I'm trying to say, but it's like, know that you're in control, know that you have the say-so over these decisions, know that you're driving this, and that's going to help put some low feelings to bed. Sometimes we get caught in this situation of like, things are happening to us, and it's about focusing on the things that we have control over more so than anything. And at the bottom here, we have the repeat Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, again, is that trophy. Make sure you are being treated like the trophy that you are. But it's paired with the Balance and Harmony card. So I feel like this is like you kind of coming back into your power. You were feeling powerless, but now you are stepping back into your power. So I like to see that energy. You have the ability to create whatever you want. And again, you're stepping back into the power, back into that position. Now at this time, Leo, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 5 of Spades. This is number 6 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 10 of Spades. This is number 30 card. That is going to be a no. And question number 3 is the Queen of Clubs. This is number 40 card. That's going to be a yes. So we have no, no, yes for you, Leo. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did pull crystal from our Healing Stones deck. Your crystal this month is rose quartz, which is good for softness, love, gentle but firm. Also a really great self-love crystal. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your note says, surround yourself with people who make you hungry for life, touch your heart, and nourish your soul. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. Thank you so much, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your September.